the most recommended thing to do, when starting a vlog.
Things to show, unboxings. Why are we stuck together?
No, that might be the character from the other name.
Do a good strong closeout. And I didn't. Instead, I just kept reading. Hello, vlog, because we're going to go ahead and start it now, even though I just ended the other vlog, because otherwise I might forget. That's just, let's start off with good. I filmed the review for this one, which we won't really talk about much here, but hopefully that went well and I don't have to refilm it. I don't know. We're going to determine how weird I went. It's okay to maybe be weirder in the vlogs, but reviews are supposed to be professional-ish. There might be some crazy vowling. Okay, I'm going to hopefully be starting the buddy read today, though, for Voices of War. Maybe. Hopefully. And I noticed something while editing it together, though. I had said in one of the beginning clips that, I finished Disquiet Gods, and then I was going to start Voices of War. And I don't talk about Voices of War anymore. And I know there was a clip where I talked about why I was not going to be continuing. It is heavily, Sanderson, Stormlight kind of inspired. Or Mistborn inspired. Mistborn inspired. The magic system of Voices of War is like people, their eye color, green, I don't remember which is which, but it's green and blue means they have powers. And they can either push or pull on the threads that connect people to everything. And it's just, I was mostly listening to the audiobook of it, and I just was not getting into it. And a lot of people seem to feel this way, and it could be that it was just the narrator. That's what some people's opinions, and I do get that. It was just kind of everything. There's no emotion behind things. And the character jumping, I didn't like it very much. I didn't feel connected to the characters so much. So yeah, I wasn't really sure. I was like at least halfway through. But that was that. It got approved for another arc that comes out this month. What is it with what? Why? I'm so happy. Yes, thank you. Grateful. Super. But why is it that they keep happening at like the last minute? So now it's the second book. Do I need to reread the first book to fully remember and appreciate and be able to see the things? And it's an audio arc. I'm so happy for that too, though, because I love when I can get audio arcs. So much easier. If it works. The last one didn't actually work, actually. Ah, crap. Okay, not the point. And now let's open up the Owlcrate box that came in yesterday because it has a dent in it. And that makes me unhappy. The May adult Owlcrate, though, was A Deal with the Devil. This one, we already knew what it was, though, because it's quite obvious, and that is Evocation by S.T. Gibson. And it is following a magician. Yes, I think he's a magician, but somehow the devil is after him. I don't know if it's a bargain he made or something his father made, but pretty much his soul has come due, and so now he is going to an ex to help him fix this. And I don't know if there's a love triangle or a different sorts of situation, because it just says, old feelings rekindled or feelings happening. Whose feelings? Him and his ex? Him and his ex and his ex's wife? Yeah. So, curious situations. But the fact that magic seems to either be widely known or out in the open is also kind of cool. He says he works for a secret society, but he's also a voyeur. Only blood can rewrite blood. Oh my goodness. The devil knows. Oh, it just keeps repeating, the devil knows your name, which was the slogan for the book. And it's on the back. It says it's the first in a series called The Summoner's Circle. Interesting. So that's cool. That's very cool. And I love the paper color here. Oh, they're holding hands in that picture. This is the start to the reading vlog that we will see how many things we get read and talk about in it, and hopefully have some interesting B-roll this time around.
Good morning. We did not update at all on what we read yesterday. Bad vlogging techniques. But I didn't read much. I just studied a whole lot yesterday morning, and then I got the written review finally done for Disquiet Gods, and put that up on the blog, not on Discord, Goodreads, or on Instagram yet. And I made sure that the video that went up today was all done and good. And yeah, but I did get through Kaladin's part in the Way of Kings. And I kind of forgot. I mean, not. Okay, I didn't forget that he's the kick me character, the one that, you just keep stabbing to see when he'll break, and then you just keep kicking when he breaks. But that he was petty. Like that he tore up the map for the slaver. It's like, I'll push you off a cliff, just show me the way to a cliff. Kind of forgot that part. And I've met Shallan. We've gotten to Shallan's part where she's been chasing after Yasna, and she's finally gotten to Kharbranth and caught up supposedly with Yasna, but hasn't met Yasna just yet. But today, though, I started listening to The Curse of Saints to re-listen to that one so that I could do the arc for The Curse of Sins in time before it releases on the 25th. So we're still going to slowly go through this, but I really need to get that read this weekend. It's only supposed to be 8 hours long with, the sped up. And we will see, hopefully, because I'm fixing to do the Monday video, and then we need to edit the Monday video, and then my husband has a project. I don't know what that noise was. Small child? The most recommended thing to do, when starting a vlog, doing a vlog, wanting to put up one in general, film. Film to the camera. Anything. Especially like the reading updates, because it's supposed to be a reading vlog. But yet, this week just has not been a good productivity or reading week. I lost a whole day to just a brain fog, and I did finish the reread of Curse of Saints on Monday, which, I said it on the vlog, but I didn't really say what it was about. I did do a whole review video last summer that I have not rewatched to see how good that one turned out or anything, but you could go check it out if you want to. The Curse of Saints and Curse of Sins follows Will and Aya. They are two members of the Queen's Daimanyara, which are an elite group of warriors with special abilities. Because in this world, people are born with abilities that are, granted by the gods. But one of the laws of the world is that they can never rule because of a war with the gods where bad people try to get more power, tap into more power. And hundreds of years ago, Saint Evie saved the world and created the veil between the divine and the humans, which I'm not entirely sure right now. I feel like I'm forgetting something important, but there was a prophecy that the second saint will rise to right the world's greatest wrong. And now we are very much questioning what in the world that wrong is supposed to be, because the second saint has risen, and it is Aya. And that, going through the first book was her revelation as she's dealing with, inner turmoil and everything of, I can't be the second saint because I'm not fueled by light, which is something Will had told her. And it's like an enemies to lovers situation from her end. He had always kind of pushed her away, put this distance to save her. I'm spoiling that, I suppose. But now we are in Curse of Sins, the second book, and I have just started part 2. I think this one is longer, and it is taking longer for me to read it or listen to it even than the audiobook. And the whole first part, though, it was a little odd because how the epilogue left off, we knew something was happening to the Queen's General, who is Aya's best friend. And yet, when they get back, at first it's like, are they going to play it off like this didn't even happen? But no. Tova admitted, this is what happened. In part 2, though, it looks like we are going back to the other country where Aya and Will had visited in the first book to see from our third perspective, Aiden, and the mess that he was kind of left in at the end of the book. So yeah, that's how it's going so far. I am enjoying it, even though I am barely getting to read it. I'm enjoying it. And I just feel super behind because This wasn't even on my TBR. I have like 2 other arcs that I'm supposed to be reading, and there's only 1 more week left in the month. And I'm still trying to finish this one before it comes out next Tuesday. Well, I have not even made it to the halfway point. I thought I had made good progress this morning. Good afternoon. And I'm at like 47% of the audiobook, which kind of sucks. I'd like to be farther. I'd like to finish the book. Would really like to finish the book. But I also have to do this thing called editing. And yeah, it's been very hard to focus on anything except wanting to read the book. Yeah. I am a bit confused of one thing that is happening right now. More than one thing. Because the Tova situation, I'm very confused with that specifically. And as I think I said in the last clip, how they're playing up the queen is just way too suspicious. And then what is Will like? This will ruin everything. Aya already knows. She knows what role you're playing. She knows this. What? I don't know right now. I'm very confused. And I don't know. I like Aiden's parts maybe a little bit less in this one, possibly because he just doesn't have Will and Aya to play off of. And I want to be there in Dungmedan. I want to see what is happening with our main characters, And this time around, we've also gotten Josie's perspective, Aiden's sister. I don't think they're twins. So it has been quite interesting seeing that in her transformation as she's trying to find purpose in her life. And oh my gosh, if that turns into a relationship situation. It's not that it would be bad that they have a relationship. It's just that it's going to be the whole thing of, well, I didn't think that you were good enough to do this, even though this would be someone who would have heard probably from Aiden, probably from, anybody else, how skilled Josie was as a warrior. I just don't like it. I don't like the trope that it's maybe setting up. I know there's probably a word for it, but I can't think of it right now. And I just want to go listen to my book. But at the same point, I'm feeling really, really bad that the video is not up, and it probably won't go up tomorrow, and I'm trying to edit it anyway, and I'm like, now I'm going to do the Monday video, and that already should have been done as well. Adulting is very hard.
Things to show. Unboxings. Okay, so I already opened this one. Good morning. We will try to work around the barking dogs that seemed to only start when I got in here, like he could sense me. I know he can't see me. Good morning. So this one's already open for the things I have to show you because I needed to check it and then send a picture to Fairy Loot, which I did like 2 weeks ago. Really, really should have updated in the meantime of that. Maybe I said something in the last box. But my May book box, whatever, it got confused. And so instead of getting the Cottagecore book, I ended up with the Maple Hills book 1 and 2 special editions. I mean, this is like completely different, but whatever. So I have these now, and I have undecided as to what to do with them. I'm very undecided. They are pretty. They're very shiny. They're very shiny. So I don't know what to do with those yet. Yeah, I should show you the second book too. And this other very shiny one. Oh wait, the shiny might be bad with the lights. And I noticed that the third book in this series, each one's following a different couple. It's one of those type of series, is coming out. Okay, sometime within the next 3 months, because it popped up when I was researching for the anticipated releases. And then maybe, I don't know which Fairy Loot this is. Is this my replacement May, or is this the June one? Ah yes, this is my Cottagecore book. But when I ordered it, or I didn't skip it, I was like, okay, this will probably be a cool read at some point, and now I am definitely not in the mood for it, but it'll go on the shelf and we will eventually get to it. I don't know how I feel about the Grump and Sunshine when she's supposed to be like this Healy, which she doesn't seem like she should be allowed to be a Grump. If, I don't know, you deal with healing people's ills a lot, then I guess you would have to I have to deal with a lot of grumpy people. And it looks like a honeycomb on this edges there. Holy foiling. The dust jacket is reversible. Marigold Claude has always preferred the company of the spirits of the meadow to any of the suitors who've tried to woo her. It's a honey pot. So when her grandmother whisks her away to the family cottage on the tiny isle of Innisfree with an offer to train her as the next honey witch, she accepts immediately. But her newfound magic and independence come with a price. No one can fall in love with the honey witch. And then this one came, and I was like, well, what is this? Is this the... I do not remember ordering this, guys. I really don't. I specifically actually thought that I missed out on being able to order this one. But apparently, according to the information that was somewhere on here, it was a pre-order. And so these kind of gave it away what it was. They were sitting on top. And the day before this one came, I was actually thinking maybe I should sell my edition of the first book in the series. It's like I missed out on the second one. I don't even know when I'm going to get to read it. I love this package. It's like a regular bubble mailer, and it's still got the thing there, so reusable completely. But that would be the Bookish Boxes Iron Flame. I don't remember ordering this. I really, really don't, but now I have a matching set and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. When did I order this though? Like in all seriousness, when did I order this? And the corners are like the first one. The first year is when some of us lose our lives. The second year is when the rest of us lose our humanity. Like, that's nuts. Okay, and the first one was, what is that? Oh. Okay, so that's the thing about the author, inserted into the front of the book for some reason. And the pages are thicker and weird, and what in the madness? Is that just one thick page? No, they're stuck together. Why are we stuck together? It is a fold-out map. Holy bejeebus. Oh, okay, and that's a description. And then the author thing. And it has a fold-out map. Did the first one do that? I don't remember. But that's amazing. It doesn't look like it's secured super well, though. So, you know, must be careful. Never actually use the book for reading. Just borrow the audio copy from the library to go with the beautiful edition. And I've already heard, you know, that it's got severe middle book syndrome, but speaking of a middle book, I finished Curse of Sins last night. And the last portion, oh my god. She likes to leave us with like a cliffhanger-y thing. There was no epilogue in this one, like the first one, but it's just the last chapter does it though, where Will runs in, him and what's the wolf's name? Tyrion. They run in and they find the horrible fact, which I'm not gonna say. Though you could insinuate maybe from that, but still, they get there and yeah. And I also don't understand why that had to happen to Tova. And the big twist, oh my god, it's a big twist. Okay, and I know there's gonna be a third book. I don't remember if it's a trilogy, but I think it is a trilogy. And I just, oh my god. I enjoyed the book. I haven't run it through Copilot yet to figure out what it is, but I enjoyed it, so maybe it's a 4 stars. However, I need to check the length, like the page length and the audiobook length, because this one felt so much longer. I feel like it was. I feel like it really was. Because like the audiobook for this one, I think it said like 20 something hours, and the audiobook for the first one was at 12 on Everand. curse. Apparently it's in Kindle Unlimited, where the first book is. That's interesting. All right, the first book is 513 pages in the print length. And Curse of Sins, the new book, is 640 pages. So, what did I say? So, over 130 pages longer. And I could feel it. Like, in the middle, I was like, why are we circling? Why are we going through this thing? To build tension? Because it's not. I'm just getting a little, wanting it to move on. I listened to it even at 1.75, and normally for like first read-throughs of fantasy books, I'll do 1.5 just to make sure it fully sinks in, especially if I want to do the review for it. But I needed it to move along, so I sped it up. I think the narrator could have... It's not that she's bad at the narration, it's just there's not enough voice inflection or difference between the characters, especially the male-female characters. It's kind of all the same. So when you start off a chapter, sometimes it's very hard to know whose perspective you're supposed to be seeing through, because it doesn't always change to a different perspective just because the chapter changes. Sometimes you'll get two from the same character. I don't want to put the book down. I want you to pick up the book. I do. I want you to try this series. So there's that. I'm not going to say negative things about it. I'm going to write my review later today, and I'm going to have it up and ready tomorrow for publishing day. And I think I'm going to move on to The Thief in the Wild after I finish the Curse of Sins review. We might be looking a mess, but I needed to come on and update, as I have realized that the last update, the camera was not set right with the zoom and everything, so it's like this, and I just, nope, that whole clip's getting scrapped. So I am reading The Thief in the Wild, set in that clip, which you'll never see. He pitched it as like a steampunk noir, gritty. It definitely takes place in a version of New Orleans in this fantasy land where they worship, I can't say it right, the worshippers are called Crinonites, which is the god of order and civilization who pulled humanity out of the wild. And the wild god, Fenris, was struck down so humanity could be raised up. The city they're in, though, much, like New Orleans. Think New Orleans after Katrina. For those of you who know, it's that. And also, old school New Orleans where there was totally lots of criminals and priests. Actually, that's a very accurate description of the original settlers, isn't it? Not the point. It is totally that version. Our main character is Jackson Ballard. He is a thief, and he was hired to steal something that belonged to, well, he wasn't told that they were worshippers of Fenris, the wild god, but he was hired to steal something, not spoilers because it's on the back of the book, I'm pretty sure, is he finds out that it is actually a relic of said wild god, and the end is nigh now because of the events that have been set in motion. Man, has this been a trip. This has been a trip. I think I'm on page 183 out of 246 right now. And when I first started, I was on chapter 3. Things about this book to note. It is the dialect. The dialect will not be for everybody, for sure. I'm okay with it. And some parts it is a little iffy, but like, being a southerner myself, a lot of the things just don't bother me. Like, I'm sure people will. And it's also the style. The dialect, though, is very much supposed to be that because it is being told to you. The format of the book is Jackson telling the story of this biggest heist he ever did, because, like, did I say he was a thief? The biggest heist he ever did. He's at a pub or bar dive situation and obviously recounting this story to a bunch of other people in the similar lines of profession of the seedy underbelly of New Orleans. So the dialect and the tone and the mannerisms of speech are of someone who was mildly educated, and in this, it's not Cajun, it's not like that far, but it's definitely a southern dialect, and so the nuance to it is different. and I don't know that that will play off very well with every reader. Good gracious at the use of ink. I guess in the last update you would have seen I had opened boxes, and then these came. And I legitimately don't remember what this is. But apparently, it's a bookish box, according to the shipping update that came a day after the box came. Someone is yelling from the shower now though, so this will have to wait for a few minutes and I'll be back. Maybe we have a few minutes before she comes out. Please herself. So, the Owlcrate for June, which should be, I'm pretty sure what the book is. I also wonder how long before the cat comes to investigate what I'm doing. Last sunshine spotting, she was sleeping on the papers my daughter brought home from school today. But today was her last day going, so she brought lots of, fun things home. Interesting. The dust jacket feels paper. This could also be because I just had my hands with it. That's subtly creepy. Oh my god. Not subtle, actually. Not subtly creepy at all. Well, the inside cover is pretty. Very pretty. As a witch in the walled city of Chinograd, Kosara has plenty of practice treating lycanthrope bites, bargaining with kikimores, and slaying blood-sucking uppers. There's only one monster she can't defeat, her ex, the Zimmy, known as the Czar of Monsters. So I did talk a little bit while I was showing those pictures, but I might have erased the audio completely and just read the description under those pictures. It was probably the smarter idea. I am a little curious about that one because it says Witcher vibes and Naomi Novak. So squeaky. Then the fairy loot, demons and deities. Ugh, this one I want to get to for sure. For sure soon. I say that knowing there is no availability in my soon schedule. Okay, get to the ones on my TBR this month. And this one also has blue edges. The God and the Gumiho. And I love that it has this cover. I think I'm making a funny face trying to show you the edges. And the author letter on the inside of the book. And their jacket is reversible. Oh, it's so pretty. It says Creature Cafe. Kim Haney, the once terrible Gumiho known as the Scarlet Fox, spends her days working at a cafe and trying not to let a certain customer irk her. Sikaga, a trickster god exiled from the heavens, spends his days hunting demons, pining for his lost home, and irking a particular Gumiho. So last box, and as I held it up, everything shifted, and I am nervous now. I think it also said it was the January box. What was the January book you ask? I don't remember, and I just shifted it again. Good gracious, I'm damaging my book, aren't I? Oh, this was the first one of the Darkly boxes. That's right. That's right. No, I don't remember what it is. Not at all. Oh, it says you vow all over the sprayed edges. I vow, you vow, we vow. The Chosen One. Barrington University is home of the Lords, a secret society that requires their blood in payment. They are above all the most powerful men in the world. They devote their lives to violence in exchange for power, and during their senior year, they are offered a Chosen One. People think growing up with money is freeing, but I promise you it's not. My entire life has been planned out for me. I never got a chance to do what I wanted until Riot Alexander Archer came along and gave me an option for a better life. He offered me what no one else ever had, freedom. I chose to be his. He made me believe that anyway. But it was just another lie, a way that the Lords manipulate you into doing what they want. I feel like I read the description before getting it. I no longer remember. It was January. That might be all my book mail for the month, as the month is almost over. I do believe it is, and yeah, that's it. Okay. I no longer have any idea how long this vlog will be either. I'm going to wrap up at least The Thief in the Wild this month. I would have liked to wrap up The Lost Story too, but the amount of days versus the amount of things to do makes it seem unlikely.
Good morning check-in. Also, we're checking that the camera settings are right, though I did record last night a little bit, so it should already be set up and not super zoomed in on my face, like that horrible clip. I started The Lost Story last night a little bit. I'm I didn't quite finish chapter 3 before I had to stop, which I hate stopping in the middle of chapters. But that it happened, and it is different. It is very different than what I thought already, and I'm liking it though. Our main character does seem to be Emily, and yes, that is how you pronounce her name. I mean, part of my brain said that, but the other part's like, that's not how it's spelled. I don't know. I know there's multiple spellings for names, and I don't remember how old she is. She has recently lost her mother within the last few months, and now we're looking for her missing sister. Turns out this is a half-sister that she never met because she's adopted, and the sister disappeared 20 years ago. Not a recent thing at all. And yeah, we've met Jackson, and Jackson, is that his name? No, that might be the character from the other name, the other book. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. But she's met our redheaded character who disappeared as a boy, and oh my gosh, the prologue too, where it is from another perspective, is when the boys first were found again. And okay. And we have a narrator or a storyteller, and the storyteller has made 2 interjections so far. One right after the prologue, and then one right before chapter 3. And it said, because all fairy tales have storytellers. And normally, they're not present, but he will be there because this is our own fairy tale. Oh my goodness, I'm liking it so much right now. Sure, it was a little bit dark, kind of gruesome how her sister disappeared, and how they, Let's not talk about it. Maybe we talk about it if it needs a warning, like later. We'll think about it. But okay. Fixing to try to record the Monday video. Weirdly feeling like lightheaded this morning, but hopefully it doesn't come across on camera, and we can get this done and move on with our day. I also posted up some trackers today. I did. I went ahead and I posted them up for free on Ko-fi. So yeah, I did that. I finally did it. It's the any month trackers. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Nope, because that's embarrassing. It is a little bit. Okay, bye.
I'm sorry. I wanted to borrow part of the blanket, but while I have the living room to myself, I'm going to try to read at least a few chapters of The Lost Story. Besides the fact that maybe the story's trying to tell us that Emily's maybe other, I think she's also neurodivergent, though it said that her mother was on drugs, while she was pregnant, and so that wired her brain differently. But, I think that also fits in the term of it. But we have our whole band now, because she got Jeremy, and now they went and got Rafe. Because apparently they're Rafe is what his nickname is. That's how the British say Ralph. I don't know. And apparently Jeremy and Rafe haven't spoken in 15 years since the incident where they went missing. And that is also what caused Rafe to have a lot of trauma, because his best friend just up and didn't talk to him, but for reasons that we don't know. And I shouldn't say too much else about it because we might go into spoilers and stuff. But I'm enjoying it so much so far. I just have not had a whole lot of time to read this evening, our internet went weird, and then I'm trying to get the 10 Anticipated July blog post up, and then I need to get Monday's video edited and do dishes. Yeah. But for now, we're gonna try, I don't even know what chapter I'm on. I know what chapter I'm on. I'm on chapter 8, I want to say. I don't know what page I'm on though. Yeah, okay, so I'm on page 75. So let's try to get to page 100, and then that's almost a third of the way, almost at half, but it's 291 pages, so it's about a third of the way. And yeah, that's it. And I wanted to share the blanket with the cat because she's on the blanket, but I guess that's not going to happen in the event. I'm babbling. Okay. Something I also forgot to mention, I think the entire book is just from Emily's perspective. We have the other characters. No, because we got that one chapter from Rafe's perspective. Never mind. It was from Emily's perspective until we met Rafe.
Okay, we are switching off of the lost story now, and I'm going to go do dishes and probably go ahead and listen to the first chapter or so of A Dreadful. Since Mandy has already started it, so I'm going to listen to that while I clean up the kitchen. Oh, but the lost story. Okay, I mean, besides the fact that the characters, I'm laughing at them and I'm dying at them, and you got the vibe. I can't say spoilers. But it was so sweet. Oh my god, and he's the biggest asshole, but he was so sweet. Oh my god, I can't. I'm just liking this story so much. And yeah, I put my glasses on because we're reading from. Oh my god, my makeup looks like dark mirrors. Reading from the tablet and the computer all day, it hurts my brain. Okay, I hear a child coming downstairs. You might can see said child in the background. I don't know, but I'm off to do chores, and that was just so fun. That was so cute. Okay, I got my page count goal for today though. Maybe I'll read more anyway after I do things. Probably not. No, I have several things to do. Must focus. What was that?
As it is now July, we should end the vlog. I meant to film on the 30th. I really did, and do a good strong closeout. And I didn't. Instead, I just kept reading and getting other stuff done and knocked out and ready. So it was productive, and I got a lot done in the book. Like so much. So that was kind of good. That was kind of good. It's a good end to the month and to be productive and reading. So we have to close out the vlog. And I will insert the clip of me talking about something back into the past, because while editing this vlog I noticed that I kind of didn't talk about that book ever again, so I'll insert that. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, for those of you who stuck around, stuck through it, and I don't know that there will be b-roll between things. I really don't at this point. I'm not sure. I keep forgetting. I don't. Me, rather b-roll. But if you stuck through the end, is there a squid emoji? No, because I didn't talk about Dreadful that much. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. What else did I read? A wolf. Let's do it. A wolf emoji for the Curse of Saints and Sins. For Aya's animal wolf companion. Give me a wolf emoji for that. And I hope you enjoyed it with all this one came maybe a little long because of all the unboxings. Hopefully that's going to be edited together pretty well. I'm still working through that process. I'm still working through that. I hope you enjoyed it though, that you're having a great day, and you'll subscribe and be here for the next one. Bye!